We're here at Farmington Martial Arts with Master Seth. First off, Master Seth, how do you get that title?
Well, if you stick around long enough, they give you those lofty titles. In our organization at 5th degree black belt, they give you the title Master, and that comes from our highest member, Grandmaster Han, who's a 9th degree black belt. So,
how long did it take you to become a master?
Let's see, I've been doing it about 25 years, and I got that about 10 years ago.
So one day you started off as a white belt as well, right?
Sure did, yep. Just worked my way up and started teaching, and eventually we moved up here to Missouri from Dallas, Texas, and opened a school in Farmington, actually about 20 years ago.
The Farmington location, Farmington Martial Arts, is part of a larger organization, right?
That's right. We've got thousands of members, almost 3,000 members. Most of us, our schools are through the Midwest. There's over 50 schools in Missouri. There's about that many in Arkansas. We stretch up to Chicago. And then we've got some smaller groups started out on the East and the West Coast, so we're expanding that way too. But it originally came out of Dallas, Texas, where Grandmaster Han lives. And I trained down there under him at his school. And there was a bunch of schools in the Metroplex. But today, the organization is much larger, and it's all grown out of Farmington.
Tell us a little bit more about the martial arts.
Well, it's great for kids and adults, and that's what we offer classes for. We've had people train with us of all ages, people with injuries they got to work around. Our oldest student was well into her 70s and didn't quit training until she was in her 80s. Grandmaster Han himself is 80 years old almost, and he's in fantastic shape. We like to think that anybody can train with us, whether you got an injury you're working around or whether you just think you're too old and we'll tell you you're not, and then down to as young as 5 years old. The kids, it's mainly about building character, and for the adults, it's more about self-defense or exercise, but you get a little bit of all of that in every class. You know, the kids learn self-defense. They think they're becoming ninjas, so to speak, and at the same time, we teach them to build character, to do their best, to respect themselves and others. So that's really our focus with the children and their training. And with the adults, you know, it's more about exercise or self-defense.
Yeah, behind you we see the training principles.
Right.
The 6 training principles. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, those are Grandmaster Han figures. That's a good base for building the character in the students. We make the children memorize those. It's our 6 basic rules, or our 6 basic principles for them. We expect them to follow those principles inside and outside of class, wherever they go.
Some of your black belts help throughout the week teaching class. Now, those were your students, or they still are your students, so it must be awesome to see them progress and then turn into instructors themselves.
Well, that's right. I mean, we don't bring in outside instructors to help us. Fortunately, the students will stick with it, and after about 2 years of training, as they're approaching black belt, they can actually go through an instructor certification course, which is really long and grueling for them. It's 4 hours of training every day. And then in addition to that, they have to do 120 teaching hours under a certified instructor. So it's pretty stringent, and in that way we certify good quality instructors.
I've witnessed a few classes, and your patience is amazing. What I like is you know every single face that walks through that door. You know them by name, and it's personal.
Well, people don't tend to care until they know that you really care about their training, and if they know you're dedicated to it, then they become more dedicated to it. And you mentioned patience. That's one of our training principles there, and you know, if we don't exercise patience with the students, we can't expect them to either.
Right. Throughout the year, you have tournaments, right? Can you tell us a little bit more about those?
We do. We're not a highly competitive organization. We like our students to compete at least twice a year. They can compete more, and some of them do. There's up to 12 tournaments a year in our organization that they can attend. But we do feel like it's important that they learn to compete, though, and they learn to compete the right way with respect and honor for themselves and for the other competitors.
This year is a special year for you. Can you tell us why?
It's our 20th anniversary. This has been a fantastic community to have a small business in and be able to reach so many kids and adults in 20 years.
So being your 20th anniversary, do you have anything special planned?
We do. We're doing 3 self-defense classes for the public, and they're free. Normally we charge for that sort of thing. It's kind of a crash course so they can come in and learn some basic self-defense moves and some tips to stay out of trouble. But we're doing 3 of those this year for free for the community, just to try to give back. My wife has organized a 5K run at this outdoor advanced training center we have. It's just in northern part of St. Francis County, and that'll be done through United Way to raise money for them. We've got a couple little prizes going on within the school where people can win a free month if they train, you know, a certain amount of days each month. things like that. We want to make a big deal out of it. We're really proud of it, the fact that we've been here 20 years.
Yeah, so you should be.
This is just the greatest community, I think, to have a business in, and we're really proud of it and want to give back to them a little bit.
And I also noticed a sign for a shoe drive. Is that specific for the tournament coming up?
That is, yeah, and that's something we've done about 5 or 6 years now. This guy up in St. Louis, his name's George the Shoe Man, and he takes old used shoes, you know, that you got sitting around you never wear anymore, and in some magical way it turns into drinking water for people in underprivileged countries who don't have the luxury to just turn on their faucet and get a drink like we do. And he goes out and drills these wells, and it's a wonderful thing. It's places in Africa and places like Haiti after they had that earthquake a few years ago. So if you got old shoes, we're a shoe drop-off place and have been for years.
That's a great cause.
It's a great thing, too.
Well, thank you, Master Seth. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much.
2, 3, 4. Triple punch. Get those knees bent. Stronger key out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 2, 3, strong. 4. Should be. Fighting stance. 1, 2. Now look, guys, you have to have a snap on your front snap kicks. You guys have to have 2 of them. So make it pop, right? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch feet. 3. There you go. 4. Bend the knee more. 1. Good. 2. Spin me. Alright, so when I do my hook, you're going to want to spin my hips more. See? 1. Right, use your shoulders to turn you also. 2. 3. Good, bend the knee a little bit more. 4. Switch feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now make sure your feet are in the proper place when you turn. Turn around. 1. Bend those knees. 2, 3, 4. 1. Turn around. Bend those knees. Right hand low. 1, 2, lower. Keep that straight. 3, 4, 1. See how high I reach up? Turn around. Yeah. 1, 2, 4. Get more snap. 3, 1. Foot straight. Right. 4. Lower. 1. 2. Turn around. Turn your feet like that. Then double down block. 1. So that's just like knife hand low. What's the difference? Alright, hands are open or hands are closed. You can make it a little bit better though if you open your hands and then close it right before they hit. 1. 2. Open up and close them as they come down. 3. 4. Turn around. Yeah. Moving forward. Here's that half a down block. You need to have better side kicks. Bear with me. Lift the knee. Pivot this foot all the way. Lean a little bit to get that side kick higher. Grab. Elbow strike. Knife hand. Ready? 1. Same thing the other way. Center block. Double punch. Pull back. Side kick. With the back kick. Stay with your other elbow. You want to be in a better position. Instead of not right.
Whenever you turn around,
Knife hand.
that last time you did with wrong hand.
Okay, 1. Scissors block. All the way to key out.
Around here. If you're down low. Also 3. Again.
Face basic form. 3. Kick and double punch. 3. Right hand low.
2, 4, 21. Go.
Now when you do that brazing, do it again. Do it again. The 9 hands are always in a back stance. 3. Then for this move, we're going to change to the front stance.
4. Just getting back. And then slide away for
Kick. Double punch. Then 1. Right hand low. Make that a back stance. Right? Now we just change to a front stance.
What?
Line up when you're done. Alright, now you're looking down. You don't want to look down. Hold your head up so your eyes are closed. I think I'll give you a stretch. Your eyes are here. See?